sky, and kings shall deceive. We have come into the night, plunder and rage and war a night. We have come into the night, plunder and rage and war a night. We'll fight for kings, for Ragnarok. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. I can feel it in my veins, the warrior inside of me. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. The sound of arms, fierce morality. Nightfall, the rain, and the silence leads. We have come into the night, plunder, rage, and war a night. We have come into the night, plunder, rage, and war a night. We'll fight for kings, for Ragnarok. Sail war. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. I can feel it in my veins, the warrior inside of me. Drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok, drink her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Seer for Valhalla Esports Season 5, Week 4. I am Hailstorm, joined by Blitzkrieg Pyro. How you doing?
Doing all right. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, indeed. A little bit earlier than normal, but figured we could get out of the way and play some of that ARAM Clash tonight. So,
Ooh.
hope everybody's having a good time. And do you think we should do the wheel first, or look at the matchups first for this week?
Let's look at the matchups first. Let's again, I think we're still trying to wait for people to come in, but let's show everybody what we're playing for.
All right. Because we did have the vote this week for who we want to see play, and we voted to let the wheel decide. But looking at the matchups, first a matchup you can see has happened. These happened on Wednesday this week between Los Nomadas and Furry Fury. They were streamed live, and the VODs are up if you want to see what happened. So yeah, we'll jump on to the matchup number 2.
In matchup 2 here, we got RDS Revolutionary Death Squad versus BBC Bomba Bros Crew. I believe RDS is 2-1, and Bomba Bros Crew is a cool 3-0 right now. Let's
Yeah,
see
I
if
believe
these
that's
teams
true.
continue their upward trajectory.
Yep.
See if RDS can give Bomba their first loss, or Bomba continues on their collision course with Free SM next week.
For sure. Definitely been seeing a lot of good things out of RDS. Have a solid lineup across the board. And then Bombero's crew, we've been seeing everyone play very well, obviously since they're 3-0 still, but especially good play from Evbot and Dr. Dirk. So looking to see them continue that immaculate play if they want to go to 4-0 after this week's games. Any specific matchups you excited for in this one?
It'd be very interesting to see Console C going into Dr. Dirk. Console C, I think, is a new pickup addition to that team.
Yeah, when they picked up, they had him last week, so this will be the second week with this lineup.
All right, so second week with this lineup, so still figuring it out, getting the feel with the team. But again, you can see one of our previous streams with Dr. Dirk was uh, pretty ridiculous there on that Zoe, and I forget what his other strong pick was, but you can watch the VODs to find out. But between Dr. Dirk and Evbot, it'd be interesting to see how Tactic and Console C battle back there.
For
I
sure,
think
for
Tactic
sure.
off the second week with the team.
Sounds good. And it should be an exciting one. The third series, looking into it, is Night Raid Owls versus Chumbawambus. Night Raid Owls are 0-3 currently, so looking to pick up that first win. Chumbawambus, I think, are sitting at 2-1, so looking pretty good so far. We got Perfect versus Copt in that top lane, Kidbu versus Casual, Mockingbird versus Astros, Nithros and Major Crockett against Dingus and Timberland.
Yeah, I think this is an
ahead.
interesting matchup because they're very similar teams with trying to play around the mid jungle. Is really like the primary, like it's where the money is. If you follow the money here for those teams, you will see them play around the bot lane. I think so. Yeah, Nithros there. I think it's slightly higher salary, so maybe potentially advantage there in the bot lane for Night Raid Owls.
Yeah,
They can
I know
keep up the
Nithros
focus.
is pretty solid. Where if you let him get farmed up onto a carry or something, he definitely will become scary. But if for Chumbawamba's got to watch out for Casual and Astros in that jungle mid combo. They've been killing it so far.
I think literally Astros top 5 in kills, maybe deaths.
Yeah, I think it's been very much the trade player where he's very high in kills and deaths, but so far 2-1, making it work for the team.
Absolutely.
So should be a good one, and see how Kidbu can match up against Casual in that jungle as he tries to lead his team to their first victory for the season. Next series.
PC Delta versus Demonic Ascension. I I think PC Delta is 2-1 now, and Demonic Ascension is 1-2. I
Yes,
believe last week.
I believe
I
you're
think they
right.
took. I think they took Free SM to a 3-game series. Um, so yeah, probably very interesting to see how these matchups go. PC Delta again with their 3 primary carries. They got somebody in every lane is definitely a threat there. So let's see what mitigation and then what advantage they can get there. Demonic Ascension kind of looking for them to play through bot lane here, picking up Yukahu for this week. Again, he's played. I think a couple seasons ago he played in the league, and then he was sub only this season. So he's
Yep.
subbing in this week.
Bringing it back, and has indicated he's willing to play full time, so maybe that full time addition for Demonic Ascension if it works out for this week while he's subbing.
Spicy.
Definitely a good matchup to come into him to test himself out going up against Kaz. And we'll see how Janos can do up there against Spoobert in that top lane. And then Envy versus Modlock mid. A lot of good matchups here. So especially with Demonic Ascension pushing Free SM to that 2-1 despite losing it. Looking really good. I think they have a good shot here against PC Delta to push them as well.
Yeah, should be a very exciting series.
For
If
sure, for sure.
odds work this week, or maybe they're gonna be live.
Yeah,
They're
hopefully
gonna have
VODs work this week.
live.
Last week was a little
Yeah, real
tough.
downer. Yep.
Thank you, Rito. And I got a message. Malco may be joining us shortly. He said he's finishing up a shower,
Ooh,
so
maybe.
be excited if he jumps in. But
Steamy.
we'll keep moving it through while we're
The
waiting on
caster of
him.
your dreams.
For the fifth matchup, which will be Goat Kings versus HYG. Goat Kings going into a little bit of a switch up. No new players. Just put insert top and Doom Vanilla Jungle. Trying it out. So have Halcyon mid and Goat King Beard with Filthy Brew Man. But HYG has Bonker still top, TJ jungle, Mabra mid, Jeffrey Crazy and Danny Taco in that bot lane. And Beard said he knows how to make his team work now, despite being 0-3, ready to take it to
Oh
HYG.
no. They're 1-2.
Oh yeah, they are 1-2. My bad.
They picked up
My
a win this
mistake.
season.
I'm disrespecting your team, Beard. How could I? despite
Like
being,
any good admin knows how to tweak his nose.
I just gotta make sure you're paying attention. I wasn't sure if you fell asleep after your dab or not. But should be a good matchup because HYG still currently sitting 2-1, so be an important win for both teams as you're trying to get those wins, set yourself up for playoffs later in the season.
And the caster of your dreams has arrived, and so I will fade into the background.
What up, Malco? How you doing?
Not much, not much. What's going on? I see I jumped in at the right time.
You did.
Well,
We're in the fifth matchup. How you feel about Go Kings versus HYG?
I honestly want to say this is gonna be a hell of a matchup, especially two long-standing teams in the league. It's gonna be the captain of the owner of the league itself versus the very own boy band. I think you could kind of call it like their own. They're kind of their own boy band as well. But no, I honestly think that we're gonna have a hell of a banger series when it comes down to HYG versus Goat Kings. I'm not really sure how the matchups are gonna go, but I do believe that the Goat Kings are starting to tighten up a bit, and that's really gonna bring HYG some hell in those games. If anything, that's probably gonna be a banger series.
For sure. Definitely one I think would be fun to see live. We are leaving it to the wheel to decide, so we decided to go through the matchups and then we're gonna spin the wheel to see who will be streamed live tomorrow.
Dale,
So
can you turn up Malco, please?
Yeah,
I am
I turned them up
moving a
slightly.
little bit closer. Yeah, I had to move
Should
a
be
little
all
bit closer
good
to my
now.
microphone.
And then
There
the
we
final matchup, which will be Free SM versus Stoner Nation. We know Stoner Nation has KB top, Critter Jungle, Boosted, Sandwich mid, Kittens ADC, and Boomstick support. Free SM is going through a little bit of a change currently, so there's a little bit up in the air. But we'll know hopefully later on today their full lineup. But definitely been looking strong. Still 3-0 coming up against Stoners Nation, who they are 0-3.
1 and 2.
1-2.
You're just chopping everybody down.
No, it's only my team and NRO who's 0-3. Right.
Yeah,
Alright,
incorrect.
there's another one?
You're 0 and 4.
Oh, well, spoilers. Come on now.
Oh, my bad. You're right. I'm sorry. My
Big
bad. I had to
rip.
look to cut him down. I'm sorry.
How rude. But yeah, definitely looking to get some points on the board for Stoner Nation, and hopefully their new lineup has them ready to go to try and take down Free SM this week. How you feeling about it, Malco?
They got one hell of an uphill battle to go against. Even with the ADC being changed in general, I feel that when it comes to bot lane, it's the easiest thing to get synergy together with. As long as you guys can figure out the two, like what each other plays and how each other plays, then it's not too difficult. I don't think changing out that ADC role is gonna really change Free SM's tear right now. So if anything, the Stoners Nation's got a hell of a battle to like a hell of an uphill battle to climb. But I'm not gonna sit here and say that David can't slay the Goliath.
Yeah, you're saying there's a chance.
There's always a chance.
Also, one thing I forgot to do was look at last week's games, so we can look at those as well real quick. Last week we saw Los Nomadas against NRO. Los Nomadas taking it 2-1. RDS taking it 2-0 over Furry Fury. Bombardiers Crew going down 2-1 to PC Delta. Goat Kings going down 2-0 to Chumbawambus. Stoner Nation taking it to.
I think that's.
Or no, is that backwards?
I think it's typo for BBC and PCD. I believe.
Yeah,
Bombers Crew
Yeah,
came away with
because
the victory
Bombardiers
there.
Crew won and HYG
Oh,
won.
my
Right.
apologies. I messed up this
Come
one.
on now.
My bad. I'll fix it right
And
now.
then Freesum taking it 2-1 over DA, but that one being very close and was one you could catch from the stream. Yeah, that's for fucks. But yeah, with that, which matchup are you looking forward to this week? As we're gonna go spin the wheel, Malco. Which one are you hoping to see get picked?
Oh boy. Right now I want to. At the current moment, I think everyone is just saying, let's hope that Bomber Bros Crew and Free SM ends up staying undefeated, so that they can at least have a match of undefeated teams in week 5. So from the way it's looking, I'm honestly not going to be very surprised if people are looking more to see one of the free SM or one of the Bomber Bros crew games. But I would have to say, honestly, let's give it up to, I would say let's go with Go Kings and HYG, even though I jumped in right when that was happening. I still think that's probably
Recency
going to be one
bias
of the
is real.
recency bias is real, but I honestly think that's probably going to be one of the more even matchups. And I'm sure that is, we have competitive matchups, we have fun matchups, but I think that people are also going to be looking for one of those really funny matchups in the sense of like it's just two teams who generally the members are all very laid back but they're also still very competitive. So I think it would be one of those ones where it's like it's just unpredictable for
For
both of
sure.
these squads.
Yeah, you want some fun unknown happenings. And speaking of that, we have the wheel setup for the spin completely even. Each team has an equal chance. So let's see who gets picked, right?
I'm gonna laugh if something else completely different gets picked.
You voted. You
Oh.
got it. Here's the
The
wheel.
people have spoken. Go Kings versus HYG will be played completely random. No, I'm just kidding. All right, we'll do a real one. We'll do a real one.
They're about to put all the blame on me.
Malco wanted it. How can I go against what Malco wants? Come on now.
It's whatever games he wants to cast, guys.
Definitely not rigged. Alright, here we go. Let's see which team we're gonna watch.
The
Never
wheel is
rigged. Could never
listening.
be rigged. Come
Go
on now.
Kings versus
The wheel
HYG.
is
Go Kings
listening.
versus
Yeah!
HYG.
No!
That time it was fair.
The
Oh
wheel
god,
is
that's so funny.
listening.
Alright, well, it will be Go Kings versus HYG. The wheel has spoken. Everyone bow down to the master wheel. No one may question its benevolent wisdom.
Fate is all.
Fate is always rigged. Remember, your fate is always rigged.
Yeah. So
The string has been
be
cut.
excited for that tomorrow. We'll have it all set up and ready to go. And now we can have the fun of going through and doing our predictions. Probably my favorite part of it, coming week to week. So for the games already played, hopefully most people know what happened. If you didn't, go check out the stream once again. And Malco, where are you feeling for the prediction numbers, as well as anyone in chat who wants to throw out their predictions as well?
So I know this one was already played. I'm sure people have already seen this series. This was actually a pretty fun one to cast and watch. But I think it was probably on the end of more like stop
100-0.
it. Stop.
Oof.
I think it was like one of those like hefty ones where it was like I want to say it was probably like a 70-30 split for Los Namadas just because of the recency bias of Fury Furies, and I really think people just don't like the word
60-40.
furry.
I think everyone loves furries, honestly. So yeah,
I
let's
associate all furries with somber mains in Overwatch, so that tells you how much I care about them.
but what was the number you were thinking?
I was thinking 70-30.
70-30. All right, 100-0, 60-40. Let's see where it's at.
Oh
And
wow.
it was basically like 70-30-ish. A couple people voted late, so they did miss it. Actually, no, it's closer to like 80-20, really. So
Yeah.
yeah, you're pretty close. But yeah, definitely if you didn't see those games, go check them out. They were a fun watch and can see how the new Furry Fury is looking currently. For the second series, we have RDS versus Bomba Bros Crew.
Oh wow, they're making some changes on the RDS squad here. So no offense to RDS, but with all like these these are actually some pretty crazy changes. Like was Tactic always in the jungle? I thought this
They lost. Um, who was it? They lost Fell and they lost.
who was their
Um,
ADC before?
Tactic was ADC.
All right, so then Tactic moved to jungle. Salt's top.
Salt had been top. Smoothie went to ADC.
Who was their? Well, Fell was their mid laner, so they got console C, and Smoothie's moving to ADC, and their new support is okay.
Then Kaiser.
Okay. Again, this is one of those ones where I think I agree with Bazinga here, where it's like a 70-30 and the for Bomber Bros. And the only reason why I'm saying that is this is one of those ones where it's just like, oh man, you're going up. You guys just made some crazy changes to your team, like the way your synergy is gonna work and everything like that. At the same time, you're trying to go up against an undefeated team that has not changed their lineup since day one.
Well, this is also the second week with their new lineup.
Very true, but and
Yeah.
I think that does make a big difference for them. But I still think that there's another one of those David versus Goliath situations. You literally have to go up against one of the undefeated teams that have been
Bazinga
consistently
needs
together.
more Mothra. What up, homie?
Okay, awesome. Now we know who that is.
Got a lot of people around 60-40, 70-30, 90-10. I like it, I like it.
Give,
But
give
let's
me that.
see
Give me that
where we
75-25.
landed with the
Oh,
86-13. Very close to that 90-10 from Killer Kumquat, aka Lethal Synergy in the chat.
RDS, I want to see you all having massive chips on your shoulder this
Yeah,
week.
you gotta show them what's up. This time you are the people that had believers, and you can ruin the pick'ems for a lot of people. Also, for anyone looking for the total points of pick'ems, I'm hoping maybe I'll have time tomorrow since I don't have to play tomorrow now. But I will get that out hopefully soonish. But yeah, not bad. People believe in the undefeated streak continuing, but RDS ready to prove them wrong as we look at Series 3 for Night Raid Owls versus Chumbawambus. How we feeling here?
this is one. I'm honestly this is one of my coin flip ones for a matchup that I'm kind of looking at the moment. Yeah, Blitz is right. This is probably more of a 50-50 type of matchup just because I think it's just going to be more dependent upon how well Casual Plebs versus Kid Buu works. And I feel it's between like whatever junglers is going to be the Salt. They said it was a 90-10 split in the favor of Bomba Bros.
Yeah,
So
basically.
yeah, have fun. You guys are the underdogs for that matchup. But
Wait,
for this one, I think this is definitely one of the more even matchups of the week. And if anything, it's probably going to be a 50-50 split. And it's all going to come down to whoever has the more active of the junglers and whatever bot lane is able to sustain themselves better.
for sure, for sure. We need more believers. Where are our believers?
None of them are around right now.
Well, let's see where this one's at. Where we got 63-36 in favor of Chumbawambus. They do have the 2-1 record over the 0-3, so just believing in the record difference here. But yeah, definitely a closer one for this vote.
There's just not enough belief in some of these teams, guys. Like, come on, Night Raid Owls has been around for a long time. You guys can't just have these new teams, these new squads just invade the league and be like, "Yep, we're letting these guys just take over."
Jumba
Yeah,
is pretty
Jumbo.
strong.
We haven't had a chance to stream them yet. In a couple weeks. I know we've penciled them in. If the wheel and the votes haven't gotten them there yet, but yeah, they're quietly killing it over there.
Don't worry, we won't let the
Going to
wheel
work.
completely decide or let the votes completely decide. We'll try to make sure that at least every team is streamed at least once.
Yeah, and we're pretty close so far already, so we're doing all right.
See, way better than last season already, guys.
Helps that Los Tomatos keeps playing on Wednesdays.
Here's
That
here's
is
a trick.
very
Yeah,
true.
don't play on Sundays, and you'll most likely be guaranteed to be streamed.
True.
Honestly, you guys might guarantee more stream time if you know some teams can make it work on a Wednesday night.
Or really, any other night we'll make
Any
it
other
work.
night, Friday, Saturday would be a little bit easier than Wednesday. But yeah.
Oh,
Right,
true.
right. But now for series number 4, we've got PC at Delta against Demonic Ascension. How we feel on this prediction?
So this one I have a little bit of background on just because I knew about the changes that were made to Demonic Ascension before coming on the Seer. From what I've heard through the grapevine, it is the bot lane hasn't exactly changed in the sense of how well it's doing. The synergy is still there. It's just a matter of maybe I don't know what exactly it incorporated the change in the bot lane, and unfortunately I'm sad to see that Junie has left, as she is a very, very good force, especially in the bot lane consistently in the league. but Yukahu should be able to fill that hole there that Demonic Ascension would be missing. And I believe Yukahu is a little bit more of an aggressive AD carry player versus how Junie tend to be a little bit more passive. So if that's the case, then it probably would work out better for Demonic Ascension, which is a team that has been trying to rear themselves off of how Pharaoh's early game is being played. But it's still an uphill battle because they're up against PC Delta, which even with them being, I believe, on a 2-1 record right now, they still are a very, very strong team. Genos is going to have to literally punch up his weight class against Spoobert. And I believe we watched Wiley actually be really, really good in the jungle. But again, that bot lane is going to be the ultimate big test because Kaz has been a very, very consistent ADC and the support that he has along with them. That bot lane is going to be a tear. So I think Demonic Ascension has a little something to work with. The reason why I'm not saying too much about the mid laners is because I kind of expect that to be a little bit more even. But it's just that there's a lot more variables for these two teams. But I'm giving it to probably PC Delta, maybe a 60-40 split PC Delta.
All right, 60-40. We got a close one, 55-45 from Blitz, and the 80-20 for PC Delta from Mothra. Let's see where we ended up. Mothra got the right end of it with the 86 to 13.6. Despite the similar records, just believing in PC Delta, falling in a close series to Bomber Bros crew. So people still giving them the respect on their name, so we'll have to see how Demonic Ascension can punch back at them.
I want to just say that you guys got to take into consideration. I believe Demonic Ascension, like it's really hard to take like say like Free SM or other teams to 2-1, or like in a series at the very least, and like the team that people like, this is the team that's been consistently like voted on the back end, but has been able to take it to 3 games against their consistently against their opponents. So it's like I think there should be a little bit more respect put on them. And I that's just me saying that just from like looking at their record. Like, yes, they may not have the best record. They're 1-2 right now, but it's been 3-game series that they've been able to kind of just win off the back of certain things, even though there's some games where they completely freaking troll. Aside from that, like there's some things that they troll, but aside from the trolling that sometimes does happen, it's more of like, if they can still bring it to 3 games, that's something that is at least to be commendable, especially against one of the teams that is still undefeated as well. So there's a little bit more commending that should be done. That's the reason why I went more the 60-40 split, because I won't be surprised if this series goes to a 3-game series.
For sure.
Not all schedules are created equally too, so it's hard to tell from record.
Yep, we got some RNG in the schedule. Sometimes you got a tough one, sometimes it's not too bad, but you just gotta roll with how it goes. And now for Goat Kings versus HYG. How we thinking about these teams?
Why do I strangely feel like people voted for Goat Kings more? Like, I feel like it's like a 70-30 split in Goat Kings' favor.
I think you're just used to last season when no one believed in HYG.
I mean, yes, but still, it's like, and it's funny because it's like, I think this HYG team is trying to get back their wings. Like, they're trying to get back their wings, and everyone's just like, oh, let's believe more in this HYG team. But the last HYG team we had was literally like tearing up the league, but no one believed in them. So I think if you want to see HYG win, don't believe in HYG. That's basically what it is. Like, if you are an HYG fan, you don't believe in them, and that's how they win. So it's
they feed off the haters.
Yep. So they need that energy. It's like a spirit bomb, except it's a different type. It's the opposite of a spirit bomb. All right. He needs that hatred. They feed off of that, and they're gonna make that work. So I think for what it is. Oh shit, you right. 95.5 GK. See. So I honestly think though it is probably more people voting in the sense of like towards the Goat Kings. I think it might end up being more of a 70-30 split for Goat King side, but that might just be because it's HYG and people want to troll them.
Yeah, let's see where they put them. A big belief in HYG, 80-20-ish, 81.8 to 18.2. So people believe in the HYG this season. We'll see if the belief brings them down, as you said. People trying to set you up there, Beard, for the win from the underdog position.
Listen, they were not believed in all last season, and they were finalists. Okay, it works to some degree.
Doom said Ivan voted for HYG. Oof. Gotta believe in the team sometimes.
Sheesh, man.
He's just trying to stack up those prediction numbers, you know.
So did I, according to Jeez, yo.
Gee.
Alrighty, so this
They wanted the best underdog story possible, so they can look even better if they come over top of them. I always
no,
vote
you
my
know you're
team.
right.
That's
When they
fair. That's
win,
fair.
watch when they win. That's gonna be hilarious.
True. And now the final series, which is FreeSM versus Stoner's Nation. How we feeling here?
Don't ban Poppy.
Yep, leave Poppy up. Let him have it.
Just let them have it at this point, guys. Like, come on, you're undefeated right now. Have a little fun with it. You're going to be announcing a new ADC very very soon. I just think you guys just go ahead and just full send it and have some fun. Especially against another fun team that will kind of match your shit in a sense, you know. Um, so I think Stoner Nation is one of those teams where it's like I said, they'll match your shit. They'll match your energy. If you're having a shit storm, they'll make it a shit storm too and try to make it as fun as possible. So it's gonna be very, very interesting to
No
see how
Poppy.
well this goes. Yes, please let the Poppy through, man. Just let it through one time. You guys will have a fun time.
Yeah. And while
I
while we're saying ban stuff, don't ban my Trundle anymore. Yeah, yeah.
I'm okay with that at this point. I've realized that you can beat a Trundle.
You can.
Ban his Trundle, make him play Garen.
Nah. Nah. But yeah, what are we feeling on the numbers for these boys?
I guarantee it's an 80. It's probably 85-15 in the free SM bucket.
Yep, big vote
Before the
for
changes, it's
FreeSM.
probably 95-5 for ESM.
95.5. Like 80-20. Well, let's see where we're at. 95.5 to
Jesus
4.5.
Christ.
With changes, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see how the team shapes up. Had some happenings, and we'll get back to you once the team's more solid once again. But
Gotta
definitely
shape
a lot
up,
of belief in you guys coming into it with the team you had.
cause we need a team.
Boomstick saying, keep doubting. Boomstick ready to feed off of the doubters this time. Ain't
Num
losing
num.
again?
Stoner Nation
Sheesh.
is now the official new HYG where they feed off the hater energy. I'm here for it.
Stoner Nation ready to win the season now because they're not going to lose again. I like it.
I would like to see some stoners win the whole thing. Come on now.
True. Give the stoners their due every once in a while.
All right.
But yeah. Do you have any new info on the podcast whenever that's gonna happen for yourself?
I literally just need to make. I need to stop being a lazy ass and just make sure I set up the actual overlays for it. That's all it is, and then trying to get the first week set up.
For sure, for
Aside from
sure.
that, that it literally can just be started up at any point. Like I said, just got to stop being a lazy ass.
All
But
good, all
aside from
good.
that, just be on the lookout for that because I will be looking to try to get some people on. Especially if it's like say the live casting game, I'll probably look for team members of the two teams that are going up against each other. Try to get a little banter going and things like that just to kind of get ourselves a calling card and getting ready for those games, a little bit more hype built behind them, and give the teams a little bit of chance to talk a little shit. You know,
For sure.
it's always a lot of fun to have a little bit of flame in there.
Also, people keep messaging Tortuga. He said he wanted to do his write up, and I have yet to see anything. So if you've been interested in seeing what he has to say about people, just start sending him some messages. Be like, hey man, where's that at? I want to see it. And anything else we want to shout out? If you got primes, send them our way. We appreciate it, and you'll get your 30 days of love from Valhalla Esports. But thank you all for watching. We appreciate you being here, and we'll catch you tomorrow for some live games. Have a good night.
Catch you tomorrow.
saw your